On the hour. You can do it via our website. We've got a rewind option. Still got lots more though, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Good morning, it's nearly 7 o'clock, so we're up and running and live with Craft Price Drop to start our Sunday. That's in a couple of minutes. Daisy Chain Design, Sue and Gail are here. That's at 8, and Pink Ink with a one-day special here at 9. Coming up next on Hochanda is Craft Price Drop. Let me show you the best and easiest way to get involved. Firstly, Craft Price Drop isn't like a normal show here on Hochanda. It involves a falling price auction, which means the price continues to plummet until the quantity reaches zero and the price locks. Regardless of when you call to register your bid or added that item to your basket, everyone pays the final low price, plus your postage, unless you're a Freedom member. It's an amazing opportunity for Freedom members. Fantastic low prices plus no postage. Now, if you're not a Freedom member, you'll pay $4.95 postage on every item you bid for. But as a Freedom member, you get unlimited standard delivery on every item you purchase from any Hochanda show, including Craft Price Drop. Plus, Freedom members also get selected discounts and offers. So why not join Freedom now? Get all the Craft Price Drop deals here and pay no postage. Freedom costs just $6.97 per month. Just add that number 88888 to your basket and continue bidding. Craft Price Drop, the new, exciting way to shop here on Hochanda. Good morning, hello, welcome to Sunday, a brand new day, live of course here at Hochanda. It's coming up to 7, what is it, exactly 7 o'clock. Great to have your company, and we've got of course Craft Price Drop for the next hour. The Daisy Chain Designs here at 8 o'clock, so lots to look forward to this morning. And of course our second craft along coming along later on this afternoon at 2 o'clock with Leslie. Now it's family favourites as well, so watch out for some great family run businesses coming up over the weekend as well. Let us though start with Craft Price Drop. Let's show you what we've got to start off with. From Heartfelt Creations, these stamps are brilliant and they are going to go to a incredibly low price. I've got a presenter pick in this show as well for you, which is, it doesn't look much when you see it like that. You think, what on earth is that all about? They are pull bows. Okay, basically you've got little tags on them, you pull the tails and they make fantastic bows in different sizes. There are 50 of them. You can put them on your presents, you can put them and decorate all sorts with them. Flowers, bunches of flowers, that sort of thing. Maybe pot plants if you're giving mum a pot plant this time next week, maybe decorate it with a bow. They're coming up, they're my presenter pick for you in the next, well, somewhere between now and 8 o'clock, okay? Right, now let's show you how Craft Price Drop works. It's a falling price auction and everybody pays the final low price. I say that, but it all depends on whether you're in the auction or not. Now, you're not in the auction until you've put what you want in your basket and checked out. You can only do that when the actual item is live on your screen. If you do it before we get to it or after we've gone to it, price, which is no good, or if the stock's gone, that's it. expect. Item number, description and price. But then there's two prices. Can you think, well, what's that all about? Well, the lower price in the white box is the price that is falling. That's the price you will pay when we get to zero stock. Okay, now the stock isn't there at the moment, but it will come up there just underneath the price at some point during the show. And when that gets to zero, in other words, when all the stock's gone, that locks the white box price. Everyone pays that final low price plus the P&P of £4.95. But if you're a Freedom member, you don't pay the postage, which is what normally happens. Most of you are Freedom members. Okay, let's show you. From Heartfelt Creations, our first lot of the morning, our first auction item of the morning. Now, these are really handy and useful stamps to have, actually, because you've got the 2-panel door, you've got the 4-panel door, you've also got the door to a friend's house is always open, a little sentiment there as well. All of these are rubber, foam-backed rubber stamps, so incredibly good quality. Over here, you've got these scenes, you've got the kind of cityscape, you've got that kind of countrified scape with the pine trees in the centre, and you've got that lovely kind of kind of like a garden, a tea garden scene, isn't it? Like a tea party scene, afternoon tea in the garden. Very nice. Should be £30 and 34 pence for the two. So look at this price. It's already under 30 quid, but it's going to go much lower. I can assure you of that. How much do you think these are going to go to? I never know where the price is going to go. It always surprises me, and it surprises our producer and director too, because we never know either. Because it all depends on how quickly this gets to a zero stock until it sells out. Better than half price? So we've given basically one set to you for nothing, if you think of it in that way. £14.99. I mean, that could be a Christmas scene. It could be a church. That could be a church there, couldn't it? It could be a wedding or something like that. The cityscape, well, you could multiple stamp that to create like a lovely kind of panoramic background or something along those lines. And then the afternoon tea scene, really, really lovely. And then you've got the 2-panel and the 4-panel door. OK, let's get it going even lower. £12.50, nearly 2/3 off the price. You're saving in the region of it's about £17, £18 now off the price for Heartfelt Creation stamps. Now that panel door, those doors, you could easily stamp those and cut those out. So you could actually have like an aperture, an opening with something maybe behind the door as well. Here comes the quantity. Now we haven't got many. Lots of you in already this morning. We've only got 6 sets of these stamps to go round. 6 left. 5 left now. Someone's just put one in their basket and checked out. That confirms you're in the auction. You can do it on the phones as well if you want to, but the best way to do it is on the website. There's the phone number, 01733 797 100. But if you put it in your basket and check out on the website, that puts you in the auction straight away. No delay, no queue on the phones or anything like that, which you can sometimes get, especially in very popular auctions. £10.94, saving you over, well, no, not quite, but nearly £20 off the price. Tenner, just under £11. It's a 60 set. How much was it? 65% saving. 65% off the price from £30.34 to £10.94. 4 spaces in this auction. And then we're moving on. 4 sets left. What will that door open? 2 sets left now. The next 2 of you through will be lucky to get Heartfelt Creation stamps. Add them to your collection. 1 remaining at £10.94. I think that's about as low as we're going to go on this one. If you're in, that's the price you'll pay, plus the P&P. Victoria, you've closed the auction.
Price locked.
There we go. That's our first auction of Sunday morning. Confirmed, locked. Everybody pays that final low price of £10.94. Ross, did anyone pay postage? No, everybody in that auction was a Freedom member. No one is paying the £4.95 P&P. Yes, like that. OK, now if you do want to join Freedom, by the way, if you're thinking, well, how do I do that then? It's basically 888, your item number. It'll be a cost of £6.97. That's for membership for a month. So from the, what is it today, 24th of this month to 24th of next month, your £6.97 will cover you, and you won't pay a single P&P on anything on a Hochanda show or on a Craft Price Drop show. OK, that's the way it works. And you also get special access to Freedom prices too. Right, now, something a bit different. We don't do this sort of thing very often. When it comes along, it always proves popular. If you love piercing and that sort of crafting and that sort of hobby, these are the Marianne Designs piercing and cutting stencils. You get 10 metal stencils in total. Now, to start off with, how useful is this? Numbers. You, with a pokey tool or a piercing tool, can pierce those numbers very, very accurately because, of course, you've got the holes in the metal stencil to do it. You've also got, of course, the outside edges that you can, of course, cut around. You've got the oval apertures, the rectangular apertures as well. I dare say if you get a tool that's the right sort of size, you could even, rather than pierce, you could actually maybe emboss a little bit through those holes as well, maybe into parchment, that sort of thing. You've got to get the head of the ball tool the right size to do that. And then also you could even, if you wanted to, use maybe a propelling pencil or a very fine liner pen, like a 0.1 or whatever micron. You could get into the dots on that as well, so you can actually kind of use it with ink and with pencil as well as with piercings too. But you've got 10 of these these are metal stencils. They're incredibly strong. They'll last you probably a lifetime. You've got your letters of the alphabet there as well, so you've got everything covered, letters and numbers and various different shapes, and you've got kind of balloons there and party hats and streamers, swirls, all sorts going on there. You've got outside edges as well. You've got like tiger tooth outside edges. You've got scalloped edges as well. So there's lots here. Now there should be £7.90 each. And just to prove a point, hang on. They are tough, they are strong, they are solid metal. Often you get things that are made from maybe mylar or sometimes like a transfer film, and they're good, but they're not going to last you a lifetime. Metal stencils like this, if they're looked after, will last you a lifetime. Okay, £79 should be the price. We're already down by about 10%, but that arrow flashing means the price is crashing. To where? Oh my word, £60 off. 3/4 off the price. I don't remember the last time I said £60 off anything. £60 off what should be £79 is now less than 20 for all of these. Under £2 per stencil. And all these different, you know, it's a bit like when you do clarity and groovy. Something along those lines. You can just take little aspects from the stencil. You don't always have to use the whole thing. So if you just want a bow for an occasion, just want a candle, just want the edge of the tree, for example, that's all there. And there's a little bit of everything going on in there. It's not just Christmas. Alphabet letters, of course, very versatile. Numbers really handy to have as well. You've got borders, you've got corners, you've got all sorts happening here. What's this one? This one here in the centre. You've just got a flourish edge. And you can make it longer and wider, make it landscape, portrait. You know, just take from these stencils whatever you wish for whatever project you're working on. You've got doves of love there. What else have we got? Go down a little bit further. More flourishes and corners. A circular aperture, an oval aperture. So you could easily emboss with those as well as perforate and pierce. Okay, 1994. £1.94 a stencil is what we're looking at the moment. They should be £7.90 each. And we're going even lower to £14.72. That's less than £1.50 per stencil for solid metal stencils. A traditional crafting tool. Now here comes the quantity. This will give you an idea of how long this auction is going to last for. 22 left now. So I reckon in the next couple of minutes that'll be it, auction over. If you want to call, do it now. 01733 797 100. That will get you through to our call centre above my head. That's where they are in the UK. Not in a far-flung part of the world. They're here, right here in Oundle, above our studios. They'll answer your call as quickly as possible. There's still 16 sets of these to go round. A traditional craft of piercing, perforating, embossing. Even further discount. £12. That is a whopping £67 off. That has got to be one of the best price plummets of the morning. I can't imagine any other plummet being less than that, or more than that, should I say. £67 off. Now, these people are in already. Hello, congratulations to all of you. If you got in right at the beginning of the show, or right at the beginning of the auction, you may have thought to yourself, oh, I might get them for 50 if I'm lucky, or 45 if I'm lucky. You're only paying 12 quid for all of them. Hello to Joe in Saxmundham. Oh, I haven't heard of that before. Maisie in Crawley. Hello, that's the name of my cat. Josephine in Rossendale. Diana. Hello, Diana. Aranka in St Leonards-on-Sea. You're all in for these stencils this morning. Sunday morning, a week today, Mother's Day. Don't forget. Maybe this is Mother's Day gift. 5 left. £12. Is that the final price? I think it might be. Lorraine in Ashley in Great Yarmouth, or Lorraine Ashley in Great Yarmouth, sorry. Alison in Leicester, hello to you. You're all in this morning. The next two of you will be lucky. £12 for all 10 of these metal stencils. Perforate, pierce, emboss. One left. £12. Is that the final price? Yes, I think it is. Who's going to get the last one? Who's putting it in the basket and checking out? Christina, you've checked out. You've closed the auction.
Price lock.
There we go. Everyone pays the final low price. Confirmed at £12. Now, bear in mind that massive drop, Ross. Ross is my producer this morning. Anyone get in and have to pay postage? Yes. A couple of you. OK. Well, you know, you saved yourself 67 quid. It's not the end of the world. You pay £4.95 PMP. But do bear in mind that Freedom membership means you don't have to worry about postage ever again. As long as you're a Freedom member, postage is always covered. Now then, who loves a bit of Disney? Who doesn't love a bit of Disney? Disney's kind of with you at childhood and stayed with me through my adulthood as well. I absolutely love anything Disney. You can't use this to sell. This is purely for your own gifting and for friends and family, OK? You cannot retail what you make from Disney characters. That's not allowed. But this is from Disney Pixar Finding Dory. The Finding Dory papercraft dies. And you also get, of course, a papercraft kit as well. Let's look at the dies first of all. Unmistakably Disney. Officially licensed dies. There we are, look. $52.98. Then we've got at the end here, stamps. I've just got what I've said. It's just twigged when I said official merchant, a fish. Yeah. It went straight over my head. Official Disney merchandise. $52.98. You get stamps, you get dies, and you also get the card pack. Let's have a little look at these. Now, I'll be honest, this is a film that's passed me by. I've not seen this. I've seen it like on planes and stuff like that when it's been there to see, but I've never actually watched it. So I know I do need to watch it. It's one of the Disney films that slipped through my fingers. But you've got, I know it's Finding Nemo. I love the characters. I love the faces. I love the colours. All of these are die-cut toppers, so they'll just pop out. These are die-cut toppers as well, in a scalloped edge. Now the stock is going quickly. $52.98. Is this going to be a one plummet drop, or are we going to go a few times? It all depends on how quickly we get to zero stock. You've got backing papers, backing cardstock as well here. Remember, this is for only personal use. Friends and family, birthday cards, that sort of thing for members of the family. You cannot retail what you make from Disney merchandise. 7 left. Look at this price plummet. We've taken £33 off the price. It is $19.99 for dies, cardstock, toppers, stamps as well. 4 left. 3 left now. They are cute. They're unmistakably Disney. You know, you see sometimes kind of adaptations or versions of characters. You think, oh, that's a little bit kind of tenuous. There's no mistaking this whatsoever. 2 left. Last one, it's gone quickly, we thought it would do. $19.99 saves you over £30. £33 off the price. Last one, who's going to get the last one this morning? Sally, you've got it, you're in.
Price lock.
And you have closed the auction this morning. Everybody for Dory and Nemo and all the other friends, $19.99. Now, with Craft Price Drop, I never know what's in the show until I come into the studio. We never know. And that's the nice thing about it, because it's all a mixed bag. It's a real kind of throw it up in the air and see what lands. You know, what we can get from our various different suppliers. So there's never really a theme to Craft Price Drop. It's a real kind of mixed bag. That's what people like about it. You never know what's next. Now, if you love your jewellery, look at what we've got coming up for you now, because these books are the Chinese Knots and Beaded Jewellery book by Susan Millerdot, and you've also got Chinese, Celtic and Ornamental Knots. So basically it's braiding, that sort of thing. Now, they should be $24.98 for the two, so in other words, they... Oh, actually, this one is $9.99, this one is $14.99. You can't see what I'm pointing at, but that one, $14.99, that one $9.99. So $24.98 for the two. And what you've got in here, it teaches you basically how you can make beautiful original necklaces, bracelets, Chinese knots, that sort of thing. So all you need is braid. We'll have braid on our website, I'm sure. Beautifully photographed. Are these Search Press? Yeah, I thought so. Search Press are brilliant tutorial books. They really, really are. It shows you what you need. It shows you step by step, picture by picture, every twist and turn you need to make beautiful braids. Whether it's reminding you of things that are military, you know, think of uniforms, that sort of thing, but also gorgeous quality jewellery that you can wear. Very traditional. So there's your first one. That's the book that's worth $9.99. This next one is worth $14.99, which I'll flick through in a second, but let's show you where that price is going. $24.98 down to $19.99. Under £20, £5 off the price. This next one is much more comprehensive. This is actually a much thicker book. There's more than 500 step-by-step photographs in here and over 30 knots that you can complete. And things like this that you can see on the front, whether you're spacing with wooden beads, whether you're making brooches, things to put in your hair, things to put on your dress, things to decorate maybe bags with, straps with, belts, that sort of thing. It is an incredibly traditional craft and art form. And this will explore and show you exactly what to do. I mean, I wouldn't have a clue how to do some of these, or any of them, to be honest with you, as I'm sure many of you watching will be in the same boat as me. But if I just open up this page, look, it shows you step by step, every twist and turn, where to put the thread, how to knot it, how to twist it, how to do whatever. And then you end up with, this is what's that one called? A virtue knot. There you go. Beautiful, isn't it? Braiding is incredibly tactile, beautiful. Use different colour braid for different effects. Something that you probably never really even thought of doing. Now you can do it yourself and learn how to do it. Make brooches out of it. Make necklaces and bracelets out of it. Okay, that price is going one way and that is down for both books. Split them if you want to. $14.99. Now that means you're only paying for one. You're paying for this one, which means that this one is free. Worth $9.99, that one is a bonus if you call in and get it in your basket right now. Just after 7:15, do it online, hochanda.com. Hello Heather on Facebook. Sylvia. Sarah John. Morning Sarah John. Tori. Yeah, you're there as well. Loads of you on Facebook this morning. Hello to you if you're watching us and taking part and interacting on Facebook as well at the same time. Nice to know you're there. Sunday morning, getting underway with a bit of braiding for you. Traditional braiding. All the myths and all the kind of question marks, they're all answered in the books. 15 left at £12.50. We're below the cost of one of these books. You're getting $2.50 off that book. You're getting that one for nothing. Not bad, eh? People will be amazed that you've done it yourself. Where do you learn the skills? Where do you go to do Chinese knots and braiding, to do beaded jewellery? Where are there evening classes? I dare say there might be in local colleges or whatever, but that is a commitment each week. It's a cost as well. When you've got a book like this, you can pick it up, put it down, get a bit of braiding, get some braiding off our website, and away you go. It's all about the technique, and the technique is in the book, or the techniques are in the books. 40 projects in the big book, 30 knots, 500 step-by-step photographs. Only 2 left. Maybe you didn't think about braiding before, but you're thinking, yeah, I'd like to have that to a blouse, I'd like to have that to a jacket, maybe. You can kind of reinvent things, give things a whole new lease of life. Diana, you've closed it.
Price lock.
Diana's closed the auction for everybody. Everybody pays the final low price of £12.50 for both books, and that's a delivered price as well, remember. Now today, just to give you a heads up, it is of course Sunday, which is always a lovely day for crafters. Just maybe put your feet up for a half an hour this afternoon. Join us for the craft along. If you were one of the many hundreds of people that have bought the kit to craft along with Leslie Wharton this afternoon, I'm going to be the pupil. I was going to say the tutor. No, that's Leslie. I'm going to be the pupil. We've got 2 specially invited guests in the studio as well. 2 viewers that are coming in to do the 2-hour session with Leslie and myself, 2 o'clock today for Craft Along. Looking forward to that. Right now, fabrics, always popular on Craft Price Drop because the prices always go crazy. We've got floral fabrics. This is 100% cotton poplin. The digital print that's on these are the roses. You've got fuchsia roses, red roses and blue roses. They're 1 metre by 112 centimetres, so over 1 metre square. Let me open this up for you. Not seen this fabric before. Is this brand new today, Ross? It is brand new today. Didn't think I'd seen it before. Now, it works out £11 per sheet. at the moment, $32.99. But that's the starting price, not the ending price. Now, there you go, look. That's what 1 metre by 1.12 metres looks like. That's a lot of fabric. That's a lot of pinnies, cushions, blouses. You can make probably a couple of blouses, or well, certainly one. Maybe a couple if you put all the fabrics together. What about if you're thinking of quilting, but you want the same pattern but different colours running through the quilt? So there's your red one. I love this this turquoise day. I love the turquoise. This turquoise blue is really beautiful. Look at that. Brand new fabric today. This is for perfect occasions, okay? Ooh, hang on. There it is. Wonderful, bright turquoise green roses. $32.99, £11 a metre. $21.99 now. So that is 1 free. Only, how much is that? $7.33. $7.33 per metre now. Or one of them for nothing. Think of it like that. And then the fuchsia flowers, same print, exactly the same print, but just a different colour. There it is. What will you be making out of this? Poplin, this isn't necessarily suitable for bags and things like that. This isn't like a canvas fabric. Poplin is much softer, much smoother, much lighter, but a very lovely quality. More of a wearable fabric than a durable fabric, let's say. But still, it will last you. Yeah, you can turn this into blinds. Yes, you can turn it into cushions. Absolutely brilliant for cushions, actually. Maybe you've got a plain grey sofa and you want something with a little kind of injection of colour, then that's what this is going to give you. Injection of colour in the flowers, a grey background, fuchsia, turquoise and red roses. Looks a bit peacocky, don't you think? When you just kind of look at it at a glance, it could be like peacock's feathers. But then when you get closer, you realise they are roses. $16.99. Maybe you're going to be making something for Mum for Mother's Day out of this fabric. We'll rush it to your door. You should get it middle of the week at the latest. I mean, my mum, for example, she loves flowers, she loves the garden, but she doesn't like the smell of them in the house. Kind of irritates her. So maybe this is the way of having flowers in the home without the smell, without the sneezes. $16.99. I'm terrible with hay fever and stuff like that. Oh, a whiff of pollen. Jeez, I'm off. Right, here we go. Let's get that price going down even lower. From perfect occasions, how low can we go? Wow. So that's a £18 saving now. £5 per metre of poplin fabric. How cool is that? £5 for a piece of fabric this sort of size. What are you going to be doing with it? Are you going to be die cutting it? Quilting it? Appliquing it? Is this the fabric you've been looking for? A floral fabric that's not too fussy, that's not too kind of cottagey and chintzy. It's a big, bold pattern, isn't it? 10 left. Busy this morning, lots of you starting Sunday with a bargain, which is what we like to know. Hochanda.com, pop it in your basket and check out. That's you sorted, that's you done. It'll be on its way at no more than $14.99 at the moment for all 3 metres. I would love to see what you do. I never know, when fabric is on Craft Price Shop, I never know what you actually do with it, what you turn it into. It'd be lovely to see what you've made. Is it going to be makeup bags? Is it going to be pinnies? Is it going to be possibly you're going to be quilting it, maybe making it into placemats? That would look nice. Really lovely on the dining room table, the kitchen table. What's going to be the destination and what will be the destiny of that fabric? It's all up to you. 2 left now at $14.99. Good luck, everybody. I hope you get what you want. Is it in your basket? Someone's just checked out, taking it to 1. The next 1 person to check out will close the auction at $14.99, saving £18. Who's that person going to be? 3 sheets of fabric. Teresa, you've just closed the auction this Sunday.
Price lock.
There it goes. Everybody pays just $14.99. Any P&P payers? No. OK, everybody in that auction was a Freedom member. Great stuff. Now, I saw these stamps earlier today when I came in the studio about 6:30. And I just thought they are different. I like these a lot. And I think they're going to be right up your street as well. Now, these are from Just Right Stamps. Now, you know that they're going to be great quality. Just Right are a superb company that produce an awful lot of stamps. These are polymer, and they're all individual. So it's not like one big sheet that you've got to chop up into sections or anything like that. And I love it because you've got these verses that you don't normally see. Oh boy, life, enjoy the adventure. Playtime, he's all boy. Show off time. Sail away with me. Daddy's boy, wild, tough, rough and tumble. What does that one say? A boy's story is the best that is ever told. Quote by Charles Dickens. Didn't realise that. It's a boy. You got a little ticket there as well. Really unusual, aren't they? And if I just turn them round, you can see that they're all printed on the carrier sheet. So even if you lose this, you can easily see at a glance exactly what all those stamps say. And they're all individual. If I just peel one away, you'll get the idea. There we go. Open it up from the end. So whichever stamp you want to use, you don't have to sit there with a pair of scissors and trim them. Just basically just peel off the one that you want. There you go. Ready to go. And that's like the negative, where you've got no fear down the bottom there. Daddy's boy, wild and tough. That's almost, it's like the old, do you remember those machines that what do they call? Were they ticker tape machines? The ones you used to kind of dial up the letter and then squeeze the handle and it left like a white imprint? I think they're ticker tape machines, aren't they? A little bit like that. Boys are us. Sail away with me. Playtime. I like that happy birthday font. Show off time. Great, isn't it? Really unusual. Lovely fonts on that. Really different. All-star. Boys make the world go round. Best friends. Happy birthday. Love it. So, apologies, there's not a girl version. Only this boy version. That's all we've got in the show. There isn't a girl one, is there? No, not in the show. £24.60 for how many stamps? 35. 35 clear stamps for £24.60. So that is about 65p a stamp. 70p a stamp. Not anymore. Nah. I don't know how low we can go on this, but we're starting at £24.60. Here come the arrows that flash. Prices crash, £12.99, nearly half price. 37 pence a stamp, but we can do better. Get in now. That's the secret to Craft Price Drop, is to get in early. The earlier you get in, the sooner you can sit back in bed or wherever you are and think, okay, that's in my bag, I've got it. That's in my basket, I've checked out. That's all you're going to do. Pop it in your basket, check out. You will then pay no more at the moment than £12.99. That's the lowest you will pay. It may go lower. That's the most you'll pay, sorry, not the lowest. That's the most you'll pay. It may go lower still. I reckon it will. My Little Charmer. That's a cool one, isn't it? The best. Show off time. £12.99 for 35 stamps from Just Right. I know many of you, since Craft Price Drop started, have actually started a collection of Just Right stamps. We don't feature them normally in traditional, conventional shows. They don't appear. But we've been able to get them into Craft Price Drop quite often, and many of you now have a collection of Just Right stamps. We're going to go lower. Okay, let's go as low as we can go. £9.99. Is that the lowest? If it stays at that price, you've got a bargain. If it goes any lower, you've got an absolute bargain. Excuse me. Right, 14 left at £9.99. These are going very, very fast. We're always told that boys and guys and teenagers are hard to make cards for. Well, I think I've just solved the problem with this. Maybe you give them the gift of a cinema ticket or something like that. You've got an admit one ticket on there. It could be maybe to, I don't know, like a laser park. It could be to a theme park that you're giving tickets as a gift to. 2 left at £9.99. Presenter pick, my pick coming up in a second. Those bows, those instant bows are on their way. 2 left now, 1 left at £9.99. Who's going to get the last one under £10? You should be paying £24.60. You're saving nearly 15 quid. And you've got the last one.
Price lock.
Just right. Congratulations, you've got the stamps. Everybody pays that final locked low price of £9.99. Okay. It is Presenter pick, Dave's choice. We're quite privileged and we're allowed to have a pick occasionally when we come in the studio. What takes your fancy? What stands out to you this morning, Dave? Well, everything always stands out, but when I saw this, I thought, yep, because can you tie a bow? I can't for toffee. I'm useless. I remember years ago I can't remember what the gift was now. It was from my mum. And I wanted to have a big bow on it, and I didn't have a clue. But I went to a florist, and I said, can you do me a big red bow? Yeah, of course. £5 she charged me, which I didn't think was bad, because I can't tie a bow, I haven't got a clue. So £5, okay, thank you very much. It was about that sort of size. Wasn't too dissimilar to this. Look, let me show you how these work. I'll just take one out. You're going to get 50 of these in different sizes, all right? Now, each pack has got more than one in it, so if I just take them out like this. Now, when you see it, you kind of think, well, what does it do? It just looks like bunting. And you'd be mistaken for thinking that. And you'd kind of, yeah. I mean, it's a bit of an odd-looking thing, isn't it? It's like kind of Christmas cracker sort of shape. But, look, at the end of one of these bows, you've got 2 tassels. All you've got to do is hold those between your thumb and forefinger and pull. Watch. Before your very eyes. How about that? Isn't that brilliant? You've now got a bow, even with 2 tails as well, that will go on a big box, it will go on a bike, it will go on a car. You've even got little diddy ones to go on maybe jewellery boxes, bracelet boxes, brooch boxes, ring boxes, that sort of thing. But you've got 50 of them. This one's a holographic gold one, and they are reusable, actually. If you wanted to go to the effort of actually kind of, look, you can if you want to. You probably won't bother at the end of the day, but you can if you wanted to actually kind of pull it apart again and reuse it. So they are recyclable in many ways. Let me show you one of the smaller ones. Actually, this is the smallest. This little matte gold one is great. And how much are we doing it for? 50 quid. Right, okay, so we've got £25 off. It's a £1 a bow. So I was charged a £5 by a florist to have a red bow that sort of size. So instantly, I've saved myself a fortune. Let's show you on the smaller one here. Where's the tassels? Is it at that end? Yeah. So this is one of the smallest ones. Again, you just pull the 2 small tassels in the middle. Oh, cool. Isn't that cute? Now, that could be wrapped around a ring box or something a little bit bigger. And you can easily just kind of cut these tails off if you want to, or use them to actually kind of fix to the box. It's up to you. But there are loads here. You've got blues and purples. You've even got a black bow, holographic, shiny, matte. 50p a bow now, £25 for 50 instant bows. And they're not just a festive thing. They are great for Christmas, obviously, but they are brilliant for all sorts of other occasions throughout the year. A black one, a black bow. Now, where would you find a black bow? Hang on. Just open this up. Sorry, Callum. Callum, my floor manager's got the job of putting all these back together again after I've ruined them. Well, I haven't ruined them, but you know what I mean. Okay, so this one is a black bow. Very nice, very nice. Quite formal. Okay, so there are your little tails, look. Grab the 2 smaller bits and then just go as if by magic, an instant black bow. A black tie event maybe. Maybe gifts at an auction, a fundraiser, things like that. This, you know, when you put presents out, whether it's on a birthday or Christmas or whatever it might be, or weddings, civil partnerships, anything like that, they're on display for either a day or maybe even longer. At Christmas time, they're on display for maybe a few weeks under the tree. Make them even more elaborate with bows. You pay a fortune. If you went to a department store and they offered to do a gift wrap service and you wanted a bow, you'd probably pay £5 to £10 for a bow that sort of size, as I know to my own cost. 84% saving. They should be £75. Look at what we've done. £12 for 50 bows. What does that work out to a bow now? 60p, isn't it? 50p. Or 24p. 24p is all they are a bow. The Pink Ink ladies are in. Morning. Morning. £12 for 50 bows. What about the different colours? You've got gold, you've got coral, You've got lavender and purple. You've got silver, green, blue, red. Holographic as well, remember. Loads of holographic ones. We're going even lower. I don't know how low we can go on this. I never get told the price. I never, ever get told where the price is going to go. We don't know. No one does. Because we never know when that stock's going to get to zero. And that's what determines the price. We know roughly, got a rough idea as to where it's going to go, but we never know exactly. £9.50, under a tenner for 50 bows that are instant. I'm going to do another one because they are quite addictive. What about a holographic blue? Quantities coming up on the screen. Okay, let's show you how many we got. Only 15 left now. 15 left for holographic bows, metallic bows. There we go. And they are, as I showed you, recyclable if you want to undo them. It's a very satisfying sound, isn't it? Look at that. Isn't that great? Only 10 left now, and if you want to recycle them after the gift has been given, and you think, oh, it seems such a shame to waste it, just basically grab the end and pull. And it goes back to where it was. So you can reuse it again and again and again. There we are, look. Back to where it was. Now, I've just been told, very exciting news, this is the lowest price these bows have ever been. They've never been lower than where we are now. Presenter pick for this hour, £9.49. There it is, back to where it started. So totally reusable, recyclable, 50 bows in different shapes and sizes, different colours. Holographic, metallic, shiny, silk finish. It's all there for you. And they're all in little individual wrappers. I'm going to do it again just because I can. Because it's kind of addictive. Have you ever thought about going to bow tying school? You don't need to. Not when you actually own these bows. Instant bows, very clever. There we go. That's the way to get your instant bow. Just basically pull the two tags and away it goes. Okay, last one. Who's going to get the last one at £9.49? Is that the final price? I think it might be. You've saved over £65 by buying them today, getting them as Dave's choice. Sue, they're on their way to you, Sue. Congratulations.
Price lock.
Lots of present giving in Sue's family, obviously. Brilliant. Everyone pays not a penny more than £9.49. Congratulations, one and all. OK, now, just to give you a heads up, what we got coming up this morning, it's a lovely day here at Hochanda. Please make sure you stay with us as long as you can. It's our Family Favourites event. We're known for bringing you lots of wonderful family-run businesses. We've got giveaways in each show as well. Daisy chain designs are on the way. We've got also, of course, not only that, we've also got a fantastic show this afternoon. It's our second only ever craft along. Leslie is here between 2 and 4. If you've got the kit, you can craft along with her, with me, and a couple of members of the audience as well. So that's 2 o'clock this afternoon. Okie dokie. Envelopes. Envelopes, no ordinary envelopes. We've got our pink slim, sounds like a drink, doesn't it? Pink slimline, please. Pink slimline cards and envelopes, 21 by 10 centimetres. You get 60 of them in total. 30 in the flamingo pink and 30 in the, what would you call that colour? Coral? Rose gold? No, it's more, I don't know, it's kind of a very soft pink, isn't it? Like it's a pearlescent pink. Salmon pink? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, salmon-y. That's definitely flamingo pink, isn't it? That one. $29.99. Now you've got 60 envelopes in total. 30 in that colour, 30 in this colour. They're a DL size, I reckon. 21 centimetres by 10. Yeah. Wonderful quality. If I just open this up for you. Oh, hang on a minute. Beg your pardon. It's not envelopes. It's cards and envelopes. I misread it. I thought they were envelopes as well. No, that's the card that goes in the envelope. Duh. Of course. To have coordinating cardstock and envelopes that... Oh, very nice. So you're actually going to get 60 envelopes and 60 cards for $29.99. Now, if you were thinking, well, how on earth am I going to get cards the right size to go in those envelopes? You don't have to worry. That's the cardstock. I thought they were both envelopes. Muppet. $29.99 for 60 of each. Perfect card. Actually, that would make a great invitation, wouldn't it? A lovely invitation, save the date, anything like that. Romantic, that colour is very, very romantic. You can print on that if you want to, run that through your printer. You could actually open it up and run it through your printer, attach it maybe to an A4 carrier sheet. That would work really nicely. It's got like a matte finish to it, but the actual envelope has got very much a pearlescent finish. These are half price. You've got the envelope, you've got the card, you've got everything you want. 10 left. They're going fast at £15. Half price. 669150, but that's kind of academic. Just get it in your basket and check out on the website. That's the easiest way to take part in Craft Price Drop. £9.50, 8 chances to get in this auction at £9.50, 2/3 off the price. 17p for an envelope and card. Again, this is the sort of envelope that when it lands on your doormat, you'll open it straight away. This is going to be the envelope that you'll reach for first, because you know it's not going to be bad news when it comes through the door looking like that. You can write on it, you can print on it, you can put sticky labels on it if you wanted to with addresses and names on, if you do mail shots. Again, if it's maybe your business that you want to do a mail shot with, go for a few sets of these. You can get 60 cards, 60 envelopes for £9.50. 2 left now. Go for a couple. That will actually close the auction. Is that the final price? I think it might be. 1 left. Only quarter of an hour left on this first Craft Price Drop of the day. There's another one at 7 o'clock tonight, remember. Annette.
Price lock.
I wonder what the occasion is that you're going to be using those cards for, Annette, and everybody else that came in on that auction. Congratulations, you all pay just £9.50p. Now, this next collection is a real kind of conundrum, a real mixture of different cards. I'm just going to show you the sort of thing I'm talking about just by opening one of these. These are Kanban. Pop-up cards from Kanban. I'm sure you've heard of Kanban before. Kanban Keith. Let me just open up one of these. Now, inside, you're going to get a pop-up card. Now, this particular one is scored really nicely. So, you can see it's what they call an easel card. And it's got the scoring exactly where you need it. But the idea is, I won't do it on TV, you need to kind of play around with it a little bit. Basically, all of these elements are die cut. And you've got the score lines just there, like that, which allows you then to actually have a pop-up of, in this case, the word new baby. So you just kind of play with it a little bit and tease it so you get the creases going in the right way and so on. Even little feet down the bottom here as well. You've got die-cut feet and embossed toes. How cute is that? But basically, it is an easel card that allows you, there we are, look. And you get the envelopes that match as well. That, though, means that you will then have, there we are, a 3-dimensional new baby card. You get the idea. Now, you get new baby in that one. What else have we got here? You've got another new baby in that one. You've got envelopes to match it as well. You've got a handbag card there too. That works in the same way. So I don't know if you can see there. It's difficult for the camera to pick up. 9A4 in 3 designs. 6A5 in 2 designs. 12 sheets of A4 card. And 4 packs of cards and inserts as well. Let me open up another one. And most of these, not all of them, most of them though, are in sealed envelopes. So here we've got your pop-up or your pop-out for your balloon. So don't throw that away, because that's a separate element you can use again. Here you've got, again, the main die-cut balloon, which is just there, which is, there you go. Now this is half price for these pop-up cards. Heather says, good effort doing it in midair. Yeah, it's not the easiest thing to do when you're kind of stood up and not sat down at your craft table, but you get the idea. So it can either be a pop-up card like that, or it can go back if you want it to, and the front can come forward. You can use it in whichever way you wish. It's cool though, isn't it? You've got another balloon over there as well. Full instructions are included. Yeah, look. How cool is that? So a nice celebration, that could be an invitation. Let me just show you some of the other cards. These are inserts as well that you can use. You've got foil cornered inserts. There's a 4-pack in that one. There we go, look. Oh, another little pop-up teddy bear. Can you see that? Eee, how cool is that? And again, just proof, Kanban. We've got the pop-up wedding card and birthday card there as well. Shall I open up that one? How many have we got of these? Have we got a few left? Oh, there are some over here. Ah, I didn't realise, sorry. Callum's opened some. Thank you, mate. I didn't realise, didn't see those there. Here we are, look. So there's your three-dimensional celebration card, which is... There you are, look. So you've got your celebration three-tiered cake. There's your pop-up teddy bear. How cool is he? Again, you can have him going backwards, so the card is going forwards. You'll have fun decorating him. Colouring in his eyes and his little belly buttons and that sort of thing too. Okay, £9.50 is all this has gone to now. Crazy value, £9.50. There are 9 chances to get in now. Under, or single figure stock basically, is all we have left. There's your handbag. Oh, look. 3D handbag card. Someone that's got maybe a handbag collection or is into their handbags and their shoes would really appreciate that. And again, you can put them in the middle of card blanks if you want to, or just use them plain. But here we go. All of this. Are there envelopes as well? I don't think there are. No. No envelopes, but you have got corrugated card as well, which you might find a use for. We have got some envelopes there as well. There we are, look. Yeah, so there are envelopes included. So it's a real mixture from Kanban at £9.50. It's all about having the 3D cards with this particular kit. 43 pieces in total at less than a tenner. Got 6 chances to get into this auction. 5 chances to get in now. These are going very, very fast, and a lot of them are in separate protective plastic coatings as well, so they're not going to get trodden on by the cat or get dusty or whatever. Last one now at £9.50, 2/3 off the price on Craft Price Drop. It's gone to...
Price Lock.
Dina. Congratulations, Dina. You have the last one. You've closed the auction, and everyone pays just £9.50 for all those pop-up cards. Right, now, more fabric for you. We had the printed rosebud fabric earlier on. Now we've got plain, classy fabric for you right here, right now, in 2 or 3 different colourways. You've got a lovely kind of purple, like an olive brown, olivey greeny brown, and you then have a kind of a claret red as well. The Mill Shop Online have brought us these. Morning, Joe. Had a very busy show yesterday morning, actually, on Craft Price Drop. The Mill Shop was a whole hour. So we've been able to twist Joe's arm to give you a few more pieces of fabric in the show today. Now these are 1/2 metre by 54 inches, and this is what they call the berry lining collection. Now, of course, it does make a fantastic lining for bags and stuff like that, but equally, if you've got other needs and other uses for these, it's absolutely fine. You're not going to have a lining police knocking on your door saying you're using it in the wrong way. Let me hold it up and show you. There's the berry. Very lovely colour. Nice heavy weight to this as well. It is a cotton. I would say it's somewhere between what we call heavyweight and standard. So again, this would make a fantastic seat cover. It would make a fantastic bag if you wanted it to be, or a fantastic blind. That berry is lovely. This is my favourite colour actually, because this is one of those kind of chameleon colours. Because you look at it and you see green one minute, you see brown the next, you see grey the next. There's a little bit of everything going on in here. Again, great for cushion covers if you wanted them to be, because it's a nice soft material. It's not like a coarse heavyweight fabric at all. And then the last colour is your purple. Like a berry purple, isn't it? And a nice heavy weight to it too. It will drape and hang really beautifully. £32.99, so you're looking at £11 per piece of fabric, but not anymore. We've taken £21 off the price. It is £12 for all 3. £4 per piece of fabric. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you order 2 of these, Joe will make sure that you're going to get 1 continuous line of the colours, okay? So if you wanted to go for 2, let's say, you'd probably get a whole metre by 54 of each of the colours, because he always does it on the roll rather than individual pieces of fabric. So there's your purple, there's your taupe, and there is your wine. For £12, £4 per half metre is amazing value. Quality, weight, you've got it all there. What are you going to be making from it? They work together really well, actually, these colours. This is quite autumnal, the colour shades, I think, in this one. 26, we've got 26, 25 chances to get in the auction, and we are busy, busy, busy on the phones. Only 6 minutes left on the show, so probably a couple more auctions if we're lucky. All depends on how quickly we get to zero stock. $32.99, forget that. Here we go, to £10, saving you nearly £23 off the price. The lowest ever it's been. Lowest price this has ever been. What are you going to be making these into? I hope, showing you on screen there, it gives you an idea as to the weight of it and how beautifully it drapes. It's not one of those awkward fabrics that doesn't hold, doesn't fall nicely or neatly. I can see a Roman blind out of that. Maybe for a small side window or something like that. A Roman blind out of this would look lovely with some backing to it. We're calling it lining fabric, and it does make a great lining, but I think it also makes a great frontal fabric as well, a kind of main focal point. Berry, green taupe, purple. 11 left now. On craft price drop this morning, who's going to get the last 10? We're now nearly into single figures. Here we go. Less than 10 left now. Put them in your order. Check out. Don't forget you're going to get that wonderful berry colour as well. Don't they all go together really well? Berry olive green and that lovely purple. Really stylish. £10. $3.33 each. 2 left. That went quickly. That big quantity went down to 2 and now 1 in a few seconds. Linda, you got the last set.
Price lock.
Nice one. Everybody pays the final low price. Linda closed it for everyone, so no one pays any more than £10 plus your P&P. Do we know how many people have paid postage this morning? Many? Not many. There have been a few, but not many. Remember, the only way to guarantee that you don't have to pay postage is to become a Freedom member and stay a Freedom member. Because if you don't stay a Freedom member, you'll end up paying $4.95 per item on Craft Price Drop and various prices on other shows as well, $2.95, $3.95 P&P. Now, this is going to be our last auction of the morning. There'll be another Craft Price Drop tonight at 7 p.m. with Yanis. We've got card. Well, we are, of course, Craft Channel. We are Hochanda. It's a unique card. Everyone needs A4 cardstock. This is a mixture of A4 cardstock, 45 sheets, priced at 20 quid. Not bad, 45 sheets of card. You've got, importantly, craft card in here. You've also got a mustard yellow. You've got a lime green. That red actually is very similar to the fabric we just showed you a few minutes ago. So quite earthy colours, these, I think you'd agree. Greys and sands. We're going to do 1 drop on this, I've just been told. 1 plummet. And how low can we go? 20 quid starting price? What, is this going to be the one and the only plummet we're going to do? OK, so this will be the final price. $8.99, come in and grab it while we've got it. That's £11 off. Only got 3 minutes on the show, so that is the final price confirmed. Can't always do that, can't confirm normally where the price is going to go, but I've just been told that is the final price. Coming in at how much a sheet? 20 pence just under per sheet for quality cardstock. Doesn't say the GSM, but it's a lovely thickness, it really is. 45 sheets of assorted cardstock. I think actually the GSM does vary. The GSM on the craft card will be slightly different to the red and the so on, and the mustard yellow as well. Unusual colours though, that grey. Love grey as a colour. You've then got a very pale grey, that mustard yellow, lime green, craft card. 45 sheets. Is this a colourway that you haven't really got in your card stash at the moment? Or are they colourways you haven't got at the moment? £11 off. You save more than you spend, and that's usually the case. Not always, but usually the case at Craft Price Drop. What you spend is normally less than what you're saving. That's a nice way to look at it, isn't it? 2 minutes left on the show. Who's going to get the next few of these? We've got 4 sets of cardstock left. I will remind you before the end of the show how you can join Freedom if you're watching us in Europe and America as well. But if you're in the UK, it's item number 88888 697. That's all you pay for Freedom membership. The last one. Who's going to get it at $8.99? June, you have got your last.
Price lock.
Got the last set of cardstock. Congratulations, June, and everybody else who's in that auction. $8.99 is all you paid. Now, yeah, I mentioned Freedom membership. If you're in Europe, any of the European countries we're about to show you, you can join Freedom as well, and that means you don't pay postage either to any of these European countries. So whether you're in Malta, whether you're in Spain, whether you're in France, whether you're in Germany, we'll show it to you in a sec. But it is, if you want to join Freedom in Europe, it is €14.97. There we are, look, Netherlands, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Switzerland, Finland, Denmark, wherever you are. €14.97 for a month's membership, and that includes all your standard shipping and handling to Europe. And in the USA, if you're watching us in America, if you're having a late night over there, that is normally $8.95 delivery per item. But if you join Freedom for $19.99 for a month, you will not pay any shipping and handling, no matter whether you're in East Coast, West Coast, or in the mid-United States. Doesn't make the slightest bit of difference. $19.99, and that also entitles you, of course, to special discounts on certain items as well. So not just shipping and handling sorted, but also special prices to watch out for as well. Remember, it's our Family Favourites event all weekend. We're bringing you family-run businesses, and we've got some fantastic shows coming up in just a second where you can actually win items that are in the show as well. And we've got our craft along this afternoon, of course, as well. Only the second one that's been on air. That'll be at 2 o'clock with Leslie Wharton and myself. So lots to look out for. I'll see you with Sue and Gail then in just a few seconds' time with another Family Favourites hour here at Hochanda. See you in a minute. Yeah, just to confirm, daisy chain designs on the way in a minute with Sue and Gail. Pink Ink, their ladies are back with a one-day special at 9 o'clock. And Family Favourites, Pearly Winks, are here at 10. All coming up.
What is Flexi Order? When you place an item on FlexiBuy in your basket, you qualify for Flexi Order, which means any other items you add to your basket will also be included in your FlexiBuy payments, so you can spread the cost over multiple monthly payments. After your first payment is made, your entire order will be dispatched. When you add at least £60 worth of any items to your shopping baskets, either online or on the phone, you'll qualify for our Flexi Order offer. This means you can spread the cost of your order over equal monthly FlexiBuy payments, offering you the extra flexibility when you shop with us. Flexi Order, making your shopping experience with Hochanda easier.
Hi, my name's Christine Emerson and I'm the brand ambassador for Spellbinders Creative Arts. I've been with Spellbinders for many years now and I just love their innovative style and all the amazing products that they come out with. Being part of the Hochanda family is just wonderful. Being able to share with you tips and techniques and to bring you some exciting new products is just absolutely fantastic. I think you're going to love the Spellbinders shows. I want to share with you different ideas and techniques, what you can do with your die cutting. It's not just limited, there's so much that you can create. So don't miss the Spellbinders shows on Hochanda.
Hochanda prides itself on its ethos towards the family-run boutique companies that offer the variety we know you love and appreciate. Following an excellent and extremely positive response to our launch event last year, we'd like to introduce you to even more of your family favourites. Please tune in from 6 p.m. on the 21st to 6 p.m. on the 25th of March to support many of your favourite and also our very loyal family-run businesses that have grown and prospered with Hochanda since our launch in August 2015. We'll be running fantastic prize draws where winners will be drawn live within each hour during our event, giving you opportunities to win prizes worth at least £25 in value. So join us from 6 p.m. on the 21st of March for your Family Favourites event.
We're proud of is kind of championing family businesses, smaller firms, not just big corporations, and that's what this weekend is all dedicated to. I'm really pleased to tell you that Sue and Gail are back.
Hiya.
You fit in the family favourites really nicely, don't you? Yeah. Family business?
It is, yes, small family business.
Yeah.
It's been going about 20 years.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I was a baby when I started.
I bet, yeah. Girls, are you part of the family or friends?
No.
No.
Definitely not. No, I'm just Sue's friend, and I haven't been in the business that long. I joined Sue about 8 years ago, something like that. Yeah.
And you do a lot of the designing, don't you? I know all of you do, but...
Yeah, so Sue's in charge of all the wrapping, packing and organising, and I design and write patterns and teach and that.
Fantastic. All right, well, we'll join Gail over there for a demo in a few minutes' time. We'll let you get off.
Thanks,
right,
Dave.
see you in a minute. So, yeah, demo's coming up with Gail soon. We've got kind of party theme to the start of the show, actually, and everybody I know loves bunting.
It's so popular, isn't it? You know,
Massively.
it seems endlessly popular, and we thought it'd be a really lovely thing to actually do a whole pattern which has got the whole alphabet in it, Dave. So you don't have to be particularly for birthdays or Christmas. It can be for anniversaries, for weddings. So you've got the complete alphabet in there, and also numbers as well. So that part of it says happy.
Yeah.
And I've got the birthday.
There we go.
But they're really lovely to make.
Yeah, how cool's that?
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, brilliant.
And you can make it obviously as one long piece, but we always split it up because it was easier, you know, for some people to have happy as one word and then the birthday.
It could have welcome home or whatever you want to put
New
into
baby.
bunting. New baby, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we're coming into the spring now. A nice sunny day today, hopefully across the UK.
Yes.
Think about maybe your patio if you're getting your garden furniture out in the next few weeks.
Definitely.
You know, bunting for a bit of an outdoor get-together, barbecues, that sort of thing. And Christmas. It's, you know, bunting's all year round.
It is. It is a really lovely thing. And what I've put together with this, David, this is a particular fusible product. There's various ones on the market that do all different sorts of things, but this one is a no-sew fusible. So the idea with it, and I put it with the bunting, is that if you're short of time and you don't want to have to stitch around each of the individual letters or numbers, then the idea with this is you can just trace it straight off, iron it down, and it will not budge.
Right.
You don't have to worry about sewing. So it's quite a useful product, and I thought it'd be a nice sort of little add-on with the pattern.
OK, well, the pattern comes with the fusible webbing. You don't get any fabric, that's for you to supply, but I'm sure you've got fabric you want to turn into bunting, no problem at all. £10.99 gets you the pattern with the letters of the alphabet and, of course, the webbing as well. Are there numbers on there as well?
There's numbers in there as well, yeah,
Right,
numbers
okay.
1 right through to 0, so you've got a complete number set as well.
Now, another thing that Sue and the gang have done for you is they've actually developed a template for bunting as well. Difficult to kind of see. I'll hold it against my...
Oh, your shirt is perfect. Here's your
It is.
shirt, Dave. In
That's
fact,
what
that
I'm
would make
wearing.
really good bunting.
Yeah, it would actually, yeah.
Too nice to cut out, I'm sure.
£9.99 for your bunting template. 555-610 your item number. Dead easy to cut around as well, but a real godsend to have, actually.
Do you know, it's such a useful thing, and Gail came up with the idea of it, and it was her original sort of plan to do it. And we worked with Andy from Crafty UK,
Yes.
who's often on Hochanda. It's really lovely to be able to work with different companies as well. And so she spoke to him, and together they devised this. Well, she gave him obviously what she wanted, and he came up with the template, which is lovely. So it's a really good quality acrylic template.
Fab. Well, only £9.99. Once you've got it, really. 555-610 is your item number. Add that to your order, maybe with the bunting pattern, and then you're sorted then, aren't you?
Ready to go.
OK, now, Easter's on the way.
There are.
But these don't have to be Easter. These could be...
Too nice to put away, aren't they?
Weddings, partnerships,
yes.
whatever you
want.
want.
Oh, that would be a lovely idea. Wouldn't that be nice?
Mr.
Yeah.
and Mrs.
Mrs. Yes,
Yeah,
that's lovely. That would be a really lovely thing to
Now,
make.
this is the Daisy Chain Designs Bunny Kit. You get the templates, the fleece, the felt, beads and instructions as well. Now, is there a choice here?
There is.
Right.
Trevor.
Trevor
He actually
or
was the
Tracy?
more popular one last time we had them on. They
Was he?
both sold out very quickly, but Trevor went first.
OK.
So Tracy was a bit sad that she wasn't the popular one of the day. So maybe today she'll be the more popular one. But yeah, they are absolutely adorable, aren't they? And our lovely Gail's designed this, and she will be doing a demo later in the show on the bunnies. Trevor, as you rightly said, Dave, has got all the fleece. He's made of fleece. So you've got the white fleece with him. You've got the sheets of blue felt for his jacket. You've got the felt also for his little ears, for his hat, and then I have included the little black beads for the eyes and the little pink pom-pom for his nose. I will just say I haven't put in the buttons for his jacket or the accessories, and there's a couple of reasons for that. It does add a lot of money onto the kit, and to be honest, in my experience, most people have got small buttons in their little stash.
Sure.
Or if you are making them for a younger person, you might not want to put buttons on there particularly. So you could do French knots or something.
So the only thing you need to supply yourself is the stuffing, yeah?
Is the stuffing, and then any accessories that you want to add add-on. Now, Gail, actually, you'll probably notice, has actually she bought these little carrots, I think, in a little store. But if you can't get these little carrots, then there is instructions in the pattern to make your own little homemade carrots as well. And there's a sheet of, that's why the orange felt's in there as well, for you to make a few carrots.
Now, Tracy is in the lead. She's beaming.
Oh, she's a happy girl.
She's a happy girl.
She's a happy girl, yeah.
Trevor outsold Tracy last time, but Tracy is in the lead.
She's outselling.
Maybe you bought Trevor last time.
Yeah.
And you want Tracy to make up the duo. £17.49 is all you pay. The only thing you need is the toy stuffing. You'll find that on our website. We've always got that there.
Yeah.
900 547. This is the Trevor kit. And over there, we've got, of course, the Tracy kit. If you just want the patterns on their own...
Yes, they come as a pattern set as well.
There we are. They're on the bottom of the screen. They're £13.99. Both patterns for £13.99 if you've got your own fabric.
And the templates are full size. And we've got lots of nice colour photographs in the pattern as well. So we make it as easy and hopefully as comprehensive as we possibly can to help our viewers.
How long away is Easter now?
It's about
Is it a month?
3 weeks,
Three
and a half weeks away.
3.5 weeks away. So hopefully you'll have enough time to make these two if it is maybe going to be an ornament you're going to put out at Easter time.
Definitely, yeah. They're very doable. They don't sort of take too long to make at all. So yeah, they are lovely. And with Tracy again, you get all your little bits and pieces, but I haven't included the accessories. So they're up to you if you want to put any buttons or little extra things on her.
Okay, so 900 547, but Tracy is in the lead, but Trevor last time proved to be the first one to sell out. And I know that Sue and Gail have got 2 shows today. It always pays to get in on the first show because sometimes there are sellouts in the second.
They are, yes, they are indeed, which is always lovely.
Yes. Right, not if you've missed out though. Right, let's have a little look at our next item. This has got the R factor as well. Have a little look at this then, because this is the pattern and also the felt as well to make the Easter baskets. The Easter basket trio. £11.49 is the price. You don't need to buy anything else, do you?
Well, I've done a starter kit for the felt, Dave. So basically, can you see the little bucket bags here with the little bunnies on? So I've put in 3 sheets of white felt, 1 sheet of yellow, 1 of blue and 1 of pink. So the idea then is you can certainly make a basket or 2 from that. The trug and the slightly larger bag are also in the pattern, but that's up to you to find your own fabrics with those. So I've just done a basic starter.
So you get 6 sheets of felt.
6 sheets of felt and the pattern.
3 things.
Yes,
right. £11.49 is all that is. 161542. This is a lovely thing about Daisy Chain is that you get things to kind of, Sue always kind of gives you the things that are hard to find or hard to come by, and then she lets you use your stash at home, which everybody's got, let's face it, to make up the patterns.
Yeah, it's often little bits, you know, like the colours of the felt, and I thought they were particularly nice with the spring colours in, you know, they're sort of pink and blues and yellow. There's a lot of those colours around at Easter, aren't they? So I thought that would be a really nice starter.
Tracy, got bad news. Trevor's in the lead again.
Oh, no. Oh.
She's not happy. She's not happy, Bunny.
She won't be happy.
Oh, no, Tracy's just overtaken Trevor.
It's a bit like a race, isn't it? It's really nice to know who's in the lead. Who's in the lead?
Which one's going to get to the finish line first? OK, they're kind of neck and neck now. A lot of you buying both, which is nice.
They are lovely.
Right, let's move on.
You can't have one without the other, really, can you? It would be a bit sad, wouldn't it?
Now, one of my favourite things that you bring us are these. I absolutely adore these. I saw them last year for the first time. They absolutely became a bestseller.
Yeah.
We've got them back by popular demand for you. These are the patterns which allow you to make your caravan, your travelling caravan sewing set pattern for a pincushion, also a case, and then the other one, that's the case as well, isn't it?
That's another case that Gail's made in just different fabrics, and then there should be a little needle case tucked
there
away.
It is,
there he is, just down there. Yeah, that's the little needle case as well. This is lovely. Shall I open it up, Dave? I love this. When Gail was saying she was going to make a little caravan sewing case, I was so excited because they are just adorable, aren't they? If I just open it up inside,
this is so
you
sweet.
can see, you can actually just keep all your reels of thread in there. You keep a little project as well going on. It was lovely. If you don't really want to make it as a sewing kit, you could just make it and just have it up as a little ornament, because it's absolutely the detail on it is just absolutely
extraordinary. You don't want to put it away. Don't put it in a drawer or a cupboard.
I know, just the detail, girls, it goes into. I always get confused. It's funny, you sort of go around the wrong way, don't you, with the camera? There you are. You can actually just see there's a little number plate on there, and you can just personalise it to yourself, and then obviously the little door and the lovely little sewing machine. So again, just have fun in the little bunting. It's just lovely.
No fabric included. This is purely the patterns, but patterns for all 3 things. £9.99. Use your fabric stash at home. 791499, your item number. Then we go to Another pattern, but this is what I said before. Very often Sue gives you the things that are hard to come by, that are hard to find, using your own fabric, but she's going to give you lots of these little mini buttons that you can see here. Now, where would you find anything like that? They come with the pattern for £9.99.
And it's a lovely little pattern, this one, isn't it? Absolutely adorable. So this is called Name on a Train, and again what we've done is put the whole alphabet into the pattern. So obviously your child doesn't have to be called Jacob to make it.
Yeah.
And again, you can make it as long as you want. So if you've got a child with a longer name, you could take a couple of carriages out. If you actually just want to make it longer, you can do. You know, it's entirely up to you. We're basically sort of giving you the tools, the pattern, and just the little buttons. And the little buttons actually just feature just on the wheels. They're just a little decoration on the wheels. So again, I put them in, but it's up to you, obviously, if you do want to sort of include them on the wall hanging or not, if it's for a small child.
£9.99 is all the pattern is, and the little buttons, as we said, are included too.
Yeah.
You get the letters of the alphabet as well, a really attractive font, nice and simple and very easy to read. £9.99 for the name pattern and buttons. 121583. Now, something else that's got the R factor is coming up right now for you. Now, this is going to come with the wreath metal hoop and also the pattern, but no fabric, so it's up to you to supply the fabric. But it's a dead easy thing to put together. This is the it's a boy or baby girl wreath for £9.99. 897194.
It is lovely, isn't it? And again, we've done them in the sort of traditional boy and girl colours, but these days a lot of people don't really want pink or blue. So the idea was we put the pattern in, we'll put baby girl, baby boy, and also there's also a little in there if you don't want to, or they don't know the sexes, you can actually just have new baby as well in there, which is a really nice little sentiment. So again, I've seen them made in the pastel colours, I've seen them made in bright colours. It's really up to you. You could do lemons, mints, reds, blues, pinks or blues.
And it's just basically knots. The fabric's just been knotted.
Just
that's all it is.
Just tied, and then it's very easy to make. And then in there, you've also got your little templates for the little teddy as well, with his little head, his little paws, and his little feet as well. So they are really lovely to make. And I think once you've made one, you can sort of, you know, become a lifelong favourite pattern. Really, it's funny how you have your favourite patterns. You go back to, you think, oh, excellent, another baby in the family. You know, because nowadays people are quite weird. They don't always want. There's a lot of obviously worry around, you know, how not to make your child too hot in bed. So a lot of people are turning away from actual quilts for babies. Right. So this is just a really lovely project because it's something that can hang up and it's not going to worry.
Only £9.99, and you do get, of course, the metal wreath hoop as well, which is what you attach the fabric to. 897194. And then finally, down the end, before we meet Gail and go through a demo for you, our fat quarter fabrics that are here. Really kind of rustic, these colours, aren't
It's
they?
funny, I always put together a little fabric bundle because everyone, you know, loves a bit of fabric now and again. So I always do them at a little sort of tease price just to get everyone sort of happy. So they're really good value fabrics. They're lovely. And I put these together as a little set because there's like a sort of darky purple colour and then this lovely sand colour. But the quality of the fabric is beautiful, but also I think what's the other nice thing with it is you've got dark and light fabric, and quite often in a range of fabrics they're all what they would call a medium value fabric, so they all blend but there's not a lot of contrast. So I thought if I put a couple of darks and 3 light fabrics in there, then it's really, for anyone who's building up their stash, it's a really lovely little starting point because it is the dark fabric and the light that really make your quilts pop. So yeah, I just thought I'd put together a little bundle just to get everyone just have a little happy Sunday.
Well, the 5 fat quarters for £12.49 is exceptional value.
It is.
It really, really is. 507946 is your item number. Sue, we'll say goodbye to you for now.
Yes, lovely. Thanks,
I'm going to just let you know as well, before we say hi to Gail again, that we've got a prize draw going on in the show. All you have to do is buy something in the show. Anything during the hour that you buy from Daisy Chain Designs to celebrate our family favourites event. One person will win Tracy and Trevor at the end of the show. So congratulations to you in advance if it's you that wins, but you just got to buy something in the show. If you do, you'll be in the draw to win Tracy and Trevor, which we'll announce in about 45 minutes' time. Right, Gail.
Hello.
Hello, good to see you.
Thank you.
Last time you were living it up in London.
Yeah,
your birthday weekend.
Yeah, I lived it down for a few days after then.
I did hear you had a good time.
Oh, I did, yeah. I do know how to party, still.
Yeah, good on you.
Yeah, my body doesn't, though. So what I want to talk to you about is the bunting, and what I want to say to everybody is because you've got the full alphabet, you don't actually have to make bunting. You could just make something else. So I've just done a little congratulations sign there.
That works.
And
can I just let everyone know that how much of the stock's gone? A third of the stock has gone of the bunting already.
Oh, lovely. And yes, you could just do like congratulations, or I've made a little cushion here with new home on there. So I encourage people to use the alphabet as much as they want. Not everybody wants bunting, but I'm going to explain to you how I did mine, and I'm going to share a few tips with you so that some people may not be familiar with using a rotary cutter and that, and also I want to show the lovely template that Sue got for us. So to begin with, in your pattern you do get a template which I drew out, and what I encourage you to do is to stick it to card. So what I'm going to explain is how you cut with the template and the paper one, and then how you cut with the acrylic one as well. I'll draw attention to the acrylic one. These are thick enough that you can use a rotary cutter.
Right.
Some plastic templates are only thin and they're not designed to use with a rotary cutter, but this is designed to use with a rotary cutter.
Now, I think a lot of you are going for the bunting alphabet and also the acrylic template too, because it's a third of the stock gone too. So
yeah, and it's worth having because it's one of those things you can use over and over again. And like you explained earlier, you can use it for lots of occasions. So you've got your birthdays, your weddings, Christmas,
and with
everything.
that shape, there's never any waste, is there?
No, exactly. So I'm just going to rotate it. So when you cut with a template, okay, you can cut easily this side, as you can see. Okay, but this side is really complicated. So what I do is I actually cut with a template and a ruler. So people might not be familiar with this. So first of all, I've cut my strip of fabric, and in the pattern it tells you what size strip to cut. And to make life easier, I've put the fabric, 2 layers of fabric, right sides together. So when I cut my triangles, they'll be ready to take straight to the sewing machine.
Ah, great.
So just to speed up the process. So I'm going to lay my template on. And as you can see, it'll be easy now for me to cut going this way.
Always cut away from yourself. As
exactly.
well, yeah.
So none of this, because not only are you liable to cut to yourself, but actually you're liable to waste the fabric as well, because you never cut that accurately.
Right.
Sometimes it's challenging when you're using a template compared to a ruler, because there's nowhere to start. So what I advise you to do is if you just pop your rotary cutter onto your fabric and then just rock back a little tiny way and then go forward, you get a nice clean cut. Now for this side, you've got 2 choices. You could turn your mat around, or if you just pop a ruler next to it and then remove your template.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, it's as simple as that.
I would never have thought of that.
And people don't think of using the ruler for that. And the same thing now with your card template. So this is ideal because now that's all I'm going to do is rotate it back and forth and go along the line.
Yep.
If you haven't got the template, and it's just an added bonus really, if you use your card, what I don't encourage people to do is, 1, do this, because you should never cut it against a piece of card. And then what a lot of my students and that will do is they'll put their ruler on top of the card. And then what happens then is each time you cut, you end up taking away a piece of the card. And by the time you finish, you haven't got that triangle anymore. So at home, I wouldn't bother moving my fabric. I'd just turn the whole mat around. But for ease, I'm just going to turn this around, and then I'm going to lay my template, my card template on there, and just the same way as I use the acrylic ruler, I'm then going to put my ruler against the card, take my paper away, and then cut. So there may be some people looking at me saying, well, I know how to do that, and that, but it's just for people who are not familiar with using things. And again, you can lay your ruler on there and then cut.
There's a house near where I live where I drive past it virtually every day I'm at home, and it's got like grey cladding boards on the front, which looks really smart, but it's also got bunting in every one of the windows on the front of the house.
Oh, is it?
It looks really cool.
I love bunting.
It's just there for all year round. It's not just for celebrations.
I've got bunting in my motorhome. I've got bunting on my shed. So with this bunting, what I do encourage you in the pattern as well is to actually put some iron-on violin on your fabric. So sometimes when we make bunting and we use it outside, we just use 1 layer of fabric because we want it to really flap around. But I think if you're using it indoors and you want it to hang nicely and also pack away and nice with the applique, then I use 2 layers of fabric. And I just want to share a few tips with you. So I've taken this fabric, I wonder if it's easier to see this side, and then I've sewn with a 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way along the edge. And then once I've done that with all my pieces, and of course they're nice to take straight to the sewing machine because I put the 2 layers right sides together, I'm then going to trim off the point like so, but I'm also going to reduce a little bit of the bulk on the side because that's quite a severe point there, and it's a lot of bulk when you turn through.
Now, half the stock of the acrylic template's gone at $9.99. If you want that, remember, it's only here as long as the stocks last until we can get some more stock in the future. But brand new today, the bunting template. You're loving it. $9.99. And you can actually make bunting to sell if you wanted to. And who doesn't love bunting? It'll probably fly off the shelves of it.
Exactly. And even if you just want to do it, if you're making it to sell and you just want to do it cheaper and you just want to use one layer of fabric, then you can layer up multiples of fabric. I mean, when I teach, I say you can lay up to 8 pieces of fabric at one go and cut through 8 pieces at a time. It's a little bit challenging, but if you were cutting through, say, 3 or 4, you'd soon have all your triangles cut. Now, what I've done to help turn this through, because sometimes it's difficult to turn in that little point through, I've taken my template again and I've cut an additional piece of card, and then I just pop the card into the end and I use the card to poke out the end of my piece. And then what that does is it prevents me poking the end right out, and also when I come to iron it in a second, if I just take this now and get my ironing board in here, Dave.
That's a handy ironing board to have.
It is. It's got little legs on there as well, and it's really handy for somebody who's tall like me.
Do one of those at home.
I know, handy for your shirts. And then the piece of card is in there, so when I come to iron, obviously you'll spend a little bit more time, it keeps the seams all nice as well. So I can just give that a little press. So I edged all of my bunting with rickrack. You can see here, let me just show you that. And to get this nice sharp point on the edge of my rickrack, I took a length of rickrack, and then I choose a point on the rickrack like that, and then I create a nice little fold in there. Then with a fold like so, I take my iron, give that a nice little press, so that when I take...
I wouldn't have thought of edging the bunting, but it works, doesn't it? It really makes it stand out. And half the stock of the bunting's gone. Remember, the bunting, you're going to be getting the pattern and, of course, the fusible web as well. So you don't get the fabric, it's the pattern with the letters of the alphabet and numbers and the fusible web included for $10.99.
And then I've stitched the bunting onto the, the rickrack onto the bunting. Now, there's 2 ways you can do that. You could either have it on the front, and I think you've paid all this money for the rickrack, so you just as well see it. But if you put it underneath, it would sort of look like that, and then you've got the nice, just the...
Looks good both ways, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And also think about with your bunting, if it's going to be hung against a wall, then just use some cheap fabric on the back or some calico and that. Don't use your nice fabric front and back.
I always think bunting kind of signifies happy days.
Exactly.
A celebration of some sort of birthday, whatever it might be, or a coming home, or whatever it might be. It always celebrates or stands for celebration, doesn't it?
I know, and it was very fashionable years ago, and I think it fell out of fashion, and now it's come back into fashion with a vengeance, I think.
School fates, that sort of thing.
Yeah. So in your pattern, you've got the full alphabet. Not only have you got the full alphabet in there, you've also got all your numbers. And Sue spoke to you earlier saying about the fusible that I'd used. What I want to encourage you to do as well is not only use normal fabrics, but you could use lame fabrics, you can use glitter felt. And I have got an example here, if I just show you this one, where I did Just Married.
Oh, wow.
You see, so you could make it really sparkly, and this fusible can be used for... So you see, and you've got a nice little shine on that with the silvery fabric. And the beauty of this fusible, what I really love about it is you don't have to sew it.
Right.
And trust me, Dave, it says no sew, and it means no sew. I thought, oh, well, do you know what? I'll give it a go. So so I popped some under the sewing machine and tried sewing through it and gummed up all my needle.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, so it says...
So don't think you can sew it as an option.
Exactly, don't do what I did. And that, you know, sometimes you think, oh, well, surely you can sew through it. And you can put it through a washing machine and it will stay on there as well.
Oh, right.
So what you do is you pop your paper, you'll see it's got a gluey side on there. You always work paper side up, okay? I can't emphasise this enough. So you draw on the paper side, you iron on the paper side. All the letters have been reversed because you're going to iron this onto the back of your fabric. Then you take your piece of fabric. Do you know, when I turned up this morning, I had all this laid out really nicely and all organised. And now I've got bits of fabric and stuff everywhere. It's the power of TV, isn't it? Take your iron, and the instructions are with the fusible, and it just takes a couple of seconds. You just run your iron across there, and then it's fused.
And even though you don't stitch it, you don't need to stitch it.
No,
it won't fray or anything like that.
It won't fray, and because the reason it doesn't fray as well, if I could only find one that I'd cut out, the reason that it doesn't fray is when you draw, okay, and you cut out the fusible, you leave a margin. Can you see I've left a piece there? So when I cut on this line, I've got a little bit of glue either side of the edge of the fabric, and then that prevents any fraying. So as you can see with this piece, then you take your paper off. The paper comes away really, really nicely, and then you can see on the back, you see the back's shiny, and that's the glue. And then you pop your letter onto your bunting. So I've done everything now. I've stitched it all. I've added the rickrack and everything. And then finally I'm going to add my letters. I'm going to be mindful of the fact that I'm going to have a strip of binding on the top to finish it off. So I don't want the letter too high there. So I'll place the letter nicely.
What bunting are you going to be making? What occasion is it going to be for? Is it just going to be purely decorative? If you want the bunting, the bundle, 3/4 of the stock is gone. That's going to give you the letters of the alphabet, the numbers, and also the fusible webbing as well. £10.99 if you want it, 033139. If you want the acrylic template for the bunting as well, then that has also gone 3/4 of the stock too. Now that is £9.99 for that, and that's 555610. So both kind of neck and neck. Lots of you ordering both things together, which makes sense.
Yeah, and then so it's fused on there nicely. You can see it's not coming off.
Yep.
It's on there for good. That can go through your washing machine. So if you wanted to do it for children and you want to put their names on T-shirts or their bags or anything, it's on there and no sewing around. Because just quickly, share with you, this is a really lovely font, but you'll see that it's got quite sharp, pointy edges. Now, generally, if I was writing a pattern and I wanted to give people a font, I wouldn't give them such a hard-edged line because that's tricky to sew around. So this is a really lovely font for using something that's fusible and no sew, and you could just make this up easily in an afternoon. And that's a really lovely project.
Great. Well, that's how easy it is to make your bunting. If you'd like to get hold of the kit or the template, or possibly both, £9.99 for the acrylic template. And if you want, of course, the letters of the alphabet and the webbing, that's £10.99. So together, you're looking at around about £21 roughly, plus the postage. 555610. But Freedom members, of course, don't pay P&P. Back with Gail in a second then, but let's have a look at our website. It's there, hochanda.com. You can see that we've got our fantastic bunny kits there as well, Trevor or Tracy, or go for both if you want to. They're there. We've also got, of course, all the other offers. And there's other things with Daisy Chain Designs that are available as well, not just the items that are in the show today. It's all, if you want to shop by brand, just put Daisy Chain Designs in the search box and everything that's available will pop up, including, of course, those fat quarters that we've got there in those wonderful earthy tones too. Sue's back, and we're going to run through exactly what's in the counter, or what's on the counter.
Isn't that a lovely demo?
Yeah, it was really lovely.
It's really lovely.
I love the fact it's no... Well, I don't mind sewing, but it's nice that there's no sewing involved.
It's a perfect project, isn't it? Because, you know, with bunting, it's not going to be a lifelong project, is it? It's just something like a little quick fix that you want to do, and you can just go for it. But, yeah, they're lovely.
Well, we are now limited stock.
Oh, gosh.
So if you want the bunting template, sorry, the bunting instructions, pattern, and, of course, the fusible webbing, £10.99, less than 10% of that stock remains now, and the template is going the same way as well.
It's really lovely, thank you, and thank you everyone at home. But I also just wanted to draw the point out that we've actually got some little balloons on the edge as well. So again, in your template, in your pattern, I should say, there are little templates if you want to add the balloons on the end, and they're really nice as well, aren't they? But there's, as you say, there's so much possibility, and having the alphabet is just so handy.
And like Gail showed, you know, you don't have to use the letters of the alphabet just for the bunting. You can personalise cushions and things like that, outfits, jackets, whatever.
What a lovely thought. I just, you know, when she did the little cushion, I thought, what a lovely little, again, quick fix with the no-sew fusible. It's perfect, isn't it? A little quick project to make. So, yeah, it's a lovely one, that one.
So that is the template, sorry, that is the actual pattern and the fusible webbing, £10.99. That's now sold out for immediate delivery. We do have extended delivery though, which will be a 10-day extended.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So 3rd of April, they'll be on their way. You can still order the templates and the webbing. Sorry, the pattern and the webbing. If you want the template, that's the same story actually, which means a lot of you have done and gone for both. If you do want that template, that now is on extended delivery as well. 3rd of April, just after, it'll be on its way. You should get it 4th or 5th, something like that. And that's £9.99 if you would like that template.
If I can get it out before then, I will do.
Yes.
But obviously I'm reliant on Andy having to produce more templates and obviously just to get some more products in as well. But we will try and do it before 10 days.
Okay.
If I can.
Now, Trevor and Tracy.
What's happening with Trevor and Tracy? Who's in the lead?
Who's in the lead now? Trevor's in the lead again.
Trevor.
I think it's his top hat that does it.
I don't know.
That's what it is.
What I love with Gail's work, and I know she's probably cringing that I'm sitting here praising her, and the same with our lovely Sue. And I didn't say hello to our lovely Sue this morning as well. Hi,
Morning,
Sue.
Morning.
Morning, Susie. Sorry. Hope you're feeling better. She's been really not very well, as our lovely Sue. Yes, a really nasty bout of flu. So she's gradually on the mend.
There's a lot of it going around.
Oh, it's awful. Gail's got a cold, so I'm keeping away from her today, poor little thing as well. But no, they're absolutely lovely. And Trevor, I just adored them when we had them on the last show. They literally sort of just sold out. So
now, what do you get in the kit then? You get everything apart from the stuffing.
Yes.
So you'd need, what, 1 bag of toy stuffing to make
Probably,
him?
would you say, Gail, 1 bag, or would you... Yeah, one
one
bag.
bag.
1 bag is absolutely fine. And you do stuff them really quite tightly, and she does give really good instructions on how to stuff them. And I will just point out as well, the little accessories aren't included, so the little buttons for his jacket and the little heart buttons are up to you, of any little embellishments. But the main part of the body and the most essential thing, which is their little eyes and their nose, they are included. They are included.
So basically everything that's in front of us here on the counter is what you're going to get.
Yes.
Tracy's now just leapt into the lead. There's a real battle between the two of them. It really is very competitive there.
They are.
There's your fleece for everything that you need to make, or the felt, should I say, everything you need to make Trevor with his eyes and his nose. Yeah. And then, of course, the coloured fleeces over there, or the felts over there, are totally different for Tracy. Yeah. £17.49 for either, or if you want both, that would be just under £35. And if you want the patterns on their own, if you've already got your own fabric, they're on the bottom of the screen. You'll get both patterns for £13.99, but no fabric or buttons or anything else. So that's 177502. They're not just Easter characters, they are all year round, and a lovely keepsake maybe for a couple that are getting, you know, tying the knot or something like that.
That's
something
a lovely
you can keep
idea.
For years to come.
You could put a little veil on the little one, couldn't you, if it was a bride or a groom, or, as you say, just a little special occasion. They are just so cute, aren't they? Too nice for Easter.
And remember, if you buy something in the show, you'll automatically be entered into a prize draw, which we'll announce before the end of the show, where you can win Trevor and Tracy together. But you've got to buy something in the show. OK, then we move on to our Easter collection. Now, this is, again, a collection of the felts. You're getting 6 sheets of the felts, and you're getting the pattern to make all 3 of the items. There's not enough felt in the kit to make all 3, but certainly you could make one of the buckets, or possibly even a couple of the buckets.
Yes, I think if you were quite careful with how you cut, you could certainly make 2 of the little buckets. And it was just, the idea was just to sort of start you off, as again, you know, just to get you going. So I've put in 3 sheets of white, 1 pink, 1 blue, and 1 lemon, and then it's up to you. So if you did want to make the bigger bag in the white fabric, the white felt, you could, or sheet of the pink, or do one side and one the other, or just make some little buckets. But you also got the pattern in there for the trug as well. So, you know, with Easter coming up, they're really lovely little presents to make, aren't they?
Really cute.
Sweet.
So the pattern you can use again and again. Are you okay to let people sell what they make?
Absolutely fine, yes.
Good.
Please go ahead.
Brilliant. 161542 if you'd like to go for those patterns with those felts.
Yeah.
Then totally different, but with kind of spring and summer in our thoughts, possibly. This is a caravan collection. This has been on air before. It's been a firm favourite. You don't get any fabric, but you do get the patterns to make the little case, the pin cushion, and also the needle case as well. £9.99 is all this is. 791499 your item number. I love the choice of fabric you've used, the bright yellow fabric.
It's lovely, isn't it? Again, Gail, it's funny, sort of Gail's palette, I would say, is on the brighter side, and Sue's on the slightly sort of not such a bright, sort of more country muted tones. And yet everyone's designs just always work really beautifully. And when girls showed me these in the yellow, I just loved them because it's sort of spring, it's retro. Her choice of fabrics are really lovely. But I have actually seen some other colours made. I've seen them made in red, and they look really beautiful, the red spotty fabric. And I've also seen them made in blue, and I've also seen them made in green. So again, you know, it's your choice. We just give you the starter, we give you the idea, and then it's up to you to obviously make them in whatever fabrics you like.
And like we said before, you can make to sell if you want to. But I mean, if you've got these in your house, you're not going to want to put them away. They are ornamental as well as practical.
They are
so
lovely.
£9.99 gets you the pattern, £7.91 £4.99. No fabric in there, just the patterns for those three things. Always a firm favourite. Then we come on to the train with a name. Now, it's entirely up to you what name you put on here. It could be as long or as short as you like. It could be initials, whatever. And this is the font. So it's a different font to the font that you get with the bunting.
Yes.
This is the one that's actually behind us here. We've got Peter's Robot and Peter's Room.
Yes.
But the idea is that you put the letters of the alphabet on top of the trail, or the train trugs.
Yeah.
And you put the buttons where the wheels are.
Exactly.
And they're
it just
included.
helps, doesn't it? And you can, again, just go up and down with the pattern, or if you want to sort of not make it quite so up and down, you can. You know, there's lots of options here. It's just such a nice little design. And when we had it on the show before, it's always sold out. It's like an ever favourite. And on the later show, we have got something with unicorns on, which is probably more in mind for maybe little girls. Although I loved trains when I was little, and I desperately wanted a train set, and we didn't get one, my sister and I. We had to. Well, we loved the dollies as well, but we really wanted a train set.
Right.
So we waited for my brother to come along, and then when he was old enough, we just pinched his train set.
Fantastic. Brilliant.
Played with it.
Well, remember, this is the pattern, but you don't get any fabric. You do get, though, the little buttons, which are just there, an assortment of little buttons, which I'd struggle to find, actually. I don't know where I'd get buttons that size.
I know, they're teeny, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're just, that's just lovely. I just put a selection of colours in there, so you can obviously match them up for the train as well. But they are just perfect for just to the bottom of the little wheels. They just finished them off and add a little bit of sparkle to the project as well, which is nice.
And then next we've got our wreaths. Now, wreaths I always thought of as being a Christmas thing, but not anymore. They're all year round. Great for new babies, and that's what this wreath collection's been put together with that in mind. So you're going to get the pattern to make the teddy in the middle of the wreath and the words as well, the letters. But you're also going to get, of course, the wreath template, which is the metal ring down the bottom there as well. £9.99 is all this is. 897194. And again, you can make them in feminine colours, masculine colours, boys, girls, whatever you want.
Exactly. Or if you don't want to be gender specific, you can obviously make them up in primary colours and pastel colours. You can mix them up, pink and blue, lemon, you know, whatever colours you want. You know, the idea is yours, and you can choose the theme as well. But the metal rings are often the problem of getting hold of the right size metal ring. So putting that in with the pattern, again, we just thought would help people. And you can make the teddy, you can make him in a furry fabric, you can make it in felt, you can make it in fleece. So again, it's up to you, but they are really lovely and soft, really nice.
The fat quarters that we have available as well today are totally different to everything else that's in the show, actually. These are more kind of countrified, muted tones, beautiful shades of burgundy, dark brown, kind of honey colour as well. £12.49, that's a £2.50 saving down from £14.99, 507946. What do you see those being made into, Sue?
Well, I was sort of thinking it's the start of a lovely quilt, and if you were going to do something like a pinwheel design or a 9-patch, because as I said earlier, you know, what I've tried to do with this is actually put some dark and light fabrics in together, Dave, so that these lovely sort of dark purpley colours, there's almost like a richy browny purple, they would really give a nice contrast against the beige and those sort of more sort of beigey brown colours. I just thought they would work really nicely together.
Well, they are just £12.49, 507946 if you'd like to go for those. And I've got to say a big thank you to Cynthia, because Sue's going to show us some images now that Cynthia sent in. The flamingo cushion, or was it a pillow?
It was a cushion that Gail designed last year, and it's absolutely lovely, isn't it? And she very kindly gave us permission to use the photograph. So that's the actual back of the project, and then there were two little matching flamingos on the front. So the idea with it is you could Cynthia's done is actually made the front and the back, or you could make two different cushions from it. So it's a really lovely project, isn't it?
It's really cool, isn't it?
So thank you very much for letting us use your photograph as well, and well done. It's a beautiful project. I was thrilled to receive. It's always lovely to get photographs and emails from people that they've enjoyed our project.
Cynthia, thank you ever so much for sending them in. Any pictures you want to send in of projects that you've done with Daisy Chain, we would love to see them. Just email studio@hochanda.com. Thank you, Sue. We'll see Sue at the end of the show. Now we're back with Gail.
We are.
Are we going to do a little rabbit?
Yes, we're going to talk Trevor. So what I want to explain to you is I'll just go through the key points of making Trevor. He's quite easy to make. There's a few little tricky bits, so I'll try to cover that. First of all, you have your pattern. And there's a little line on the bottom, and I tell you to fold that, and I'll explain that in a second. Right. So you pop your pattern onto your fleece, and you cut 2 pieces, and this is his body. So just put that to one side, so that's quite simple. Then you fold the bottom of the pattern, and it's the same pattern piece now that I'm going to use for his coat. What I advise you to do as well, I don't like to be wasteful with fabric, so when you lay your pattern on your piece of felt, don't pop it right in the centre of your felt. Pop it right in the corner so you can maximise using your felt, because now you've got all this around there for his shoes and other pieces. So you cut 2 of these pieces. I'll just move this out of the way. Then this is the back of his coat. And then for the front of his coat, you just cut it down the centre. So you don't have to make a whole coat. This is going to be put together with his body. So if I just bring one in that I've already made, just to show you, just to make it look like it's a stitched coat, I've just added a row of stitching along the bottom. Yeah. And then I give you a little template. So if you want to add the little strap on the back of his coat, you can, and you can see again I've just stitched around there with a little bit of white thread, so it gives a suggestion that it's all stitched nicely, when actually we're sort of faking it a little bit there. And then
it's very effective though.
Thank you, Dave. And this is the front of his coat. Now you can decorate the front of his coat in any way that you like, so I decided that Easter might not be your thing, and actually, if I'm honest, I didn't have any more blue felt left, but I had some black. And then I thought, what with his hat, he'd look really good as a little magician.
Well, they normally pull rabbits out of hats. He's doing it the other way around, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah. So I just thought he could be the little magician, and then I just downloaded an image off the internet for the little cards, and then I just decorated with some little stars and that, and even the buttonholes. These are not real either. I've just put a little line of stitching next to each button to make it look like it's a buttonhole. So when you come to sew the pieces together, if I just bring his body back in, literally just pop the pieces onto the felt here, and you can see the reason that his coat is shorter is so that when he's stitched up, the coat isn't level with the bottom of his body. Right. And then I put the back of his coat on there, and then the back of his body, and then I stitch all the way around, and then that gives me his body and his coat all in one go. So it's quite simple. So
the question now is, what do you want to turn your Trevor into? He's in the lead at the moment, by the way. In a blue jacket with a little kind of like an emerald green hat, he looks totally different to, as you're going to make him, into a magician. So he could be any character you want him to be.
Exactly. And you could have a Trevor for all seasons, I think. So you could have a winter, summer. I did think as well that if I put a little red coat on him maybe, and then a little Santa hat, he could be a little Christmas bunny as well. Yeah, he could. And I think once you've made him once, this is what I always say to people with patterns, once you've got through the pattern the first time, you've met all the challenges, you're familiar with how to do it, and then the second time it's really quite simple.
Well, half Trevor's gone and half Tracy's gone. They are kind of neck and neck. A lot of you buy them both together. And remember, if you do buy one thing in the show, one of you will win Trevor and Tracy at the end of the show as well, but only one of you. So if you want to get them now. If you win them as well, maybe you want to kind of make another set for a friend or something like that.
Well, exactly, yeah. I think they're quite addictive once you get started. Yeah. So I will just cover, since we had them on the last show, we had a couple of questions about Trevor and about his ears. So if I'm sorry for jumping around, Dave, but I just think it's probably worth covering this. So here are his ears. They're quite simple to make. 2 layers of white fleece put together, cut out, stitched, turned through, there's his ear, then a little pink piece placed on after, and then I stitch around there, and then what that does is it creates a space here. Then I've taken some jewellery wire that's really quite soft and just twisted the end, and then I just pop the jewellery wire in there. Now, some people have said they want to make these for children, and they're concerned about the wire, and I would be as well, putting wire into a child's toy. I have to be honest, I didn't design Trevor with the thought of children actually playing with him. No. I sort of thought as Trevor as more of an ornament. But if you would like to give him to a child and you want them to play, then I suggest that you leave the wire out, and then what you're going to end up with is a bunny that's got sort of floppy ears.
Yeah, that's cute.
So yeah, so initially, if I've just got a little head here, sorry, he's got a pin in there. So then when you sew his ears on, they will be a little floppy.
Yeah, that's fine though.
Okay, so originally I made him with floppy ears, and then I sent the picture to my sister, and she said he looked a bit sad. So that's why I put the wire in there. But I don't want you to think that you can't make him because of the wire and that. But it's just a consideration if you are giving it to little ones.
Sure.
So I just move that out of the way. And let's just talk about his arm. Again, because he's not actually wearing a jacket, his jacket is part of his body. Again, it's quite simple. You take a piece of black felt and a little piece of white, you stitch them together. Then you lay your template on there. This template, the only reason for laying this on there is to give you the guideline for actually sewing around his paw, then, shall we call it.
Right.
So then you stitch along all the way around and back the other side, turn it through, and then once you turn it through, you can see you've got his jacket and his paw all in one go. And then again, you take a strip of fabric. Again, I've added the white stitch detail to the fabric. And then I've turned it into a little cuff. So I've literally taken the piece. I have
You've done
one
that on the
somewhere.
machine, yeah?
Yeah, on the machine. And what I've done is I've used a slightly thicker thread than normal. So I've used a thicker needle, a size 100 needle, and quite a thick thread. It's 12 weight. And then that way it sort of shows up a little bit more. You could hand stitch it if you wanted, or you could leave that out. It's entirely up to you. Add as much or as little detail as you want. And then you literally sew it together to form a tube. Turn the tube the right way round, and then fold over the edges, which gives you the nice neat cuff.
Right, got you.
Okay, and then you literally slot the cuff on, and then all of a sudden it makes it look like he's wearing a jacket, and you've got a nice cuff on the jacket. So I've tried to keep things as simple as possible when you're making him. Have we got time to just show his legs?
Absolutely, yeah. I love him as a magician. I didn't think of him as being like, different characters.
Well, I rely on my sister a lot, believe it or not. My sister doesn't sew a stitch.
Right.
Doesn't sew anything at all. But then when I'm at home and designing things, because none of my friends sew either, believe it or not. It's really strange.
I mean, think about it. He could be a caricature for someone in your family. Maybe you want to make him into a fireman or a policeman or a postman. Or
maybe a football team or something. And then you've got the body of him. So if you just wanted just the body, then you could replace the arms. You could just make the arms completely white, and then maybe you could put a football jersey on him or something. The possibilities are endless.
Make it relevant to the person that you're making it for. Now, Trevor is way out in the lead. Now, bearing in mind we're demonstrating with him, that's probably the reason. 3/4 of the stock of Trevor has gone. Wow. Remember, with Trevor, you're going to be getting, if you go for the kit, you're going to get all the felt you need in the blue, the green. You're going to get the pink and the white felt, of course, as well, plus the pattern, so you can make as many of them as you want for just £17.49. If you want Tracy, then you're going to get, again, the same colour felt that you need to make her, plus the pattern, which allows you to, again, to make as many of them as you want to. Tracy, £17.49 too. So if you want both together, that's just under £35. I'll show you Tracy quickly, give her a fighting chance to catch up.
Yeah, poor Tracy.
There she is. Yeah. And again, she doesn't have to wear that dress. You can make her wear really whatever you like, whatever colour you like.
I'm quite liking your idea, actually, of the bride and groom kind of thing. I think that's a really lovely idea. So you could put a little veil on her, couldn't you? Put a little tiara on there.
Maybe you've got a summer wedding to go to. You've hopefully got enough time to make both of them. But it doesn't take that long, does it?
No. Honestly, I say this about most patterns, that the first time is like slightly trickier because it's the first time you've ever done anything. But once you've done her once, then yeah, she'll be really easy. You could make them probably easily in a day.
And you do get the cotton fabric for the dress as well, so it's not just the felt you get in the kit with Tracy, you do get the cotton too.
Yeah, and like Sue said, all the little sort of fiddly bits as well, the bits that if you wanted to buy a felt ball, you normally have to buy a pack of 20 of them, so, and the eyes and things like that, so at least you've got the little bits that you need. So with the legs, I again tell you to cut a strip of white fabric. This is slightly shorter than their legs at the moment, just for demo purposes, and then you attach a rectangle of black fabric or blue fabric onto the bottom, and then I ask you to sew all the way around. Now, when I sew, I am slightly obsessed when I do things. I like them to look as nice as possible. So I did actually stitch along here in white thread, and then I stopped, and then I changed to black thread to go around the foot, and then I changed back to white thread. Now I'll let your conscience guide you on that, whether it matters to you or not, but it did matter to me, so that's the reason that I did it. Then you trim back, and then once you trim back, you turn through, and then you just stuff there. Now, don't put much stuff in the legs, because you actually want the legs to sit comfortably over the edge of a table.
They do sit very easily. I mean, normally when you put something like that down to sit, it just kind of falls over, but they actually prop themselves up quite nicely.
They do, and to be perfectly honest, if they were mine and they were at home, I would have put some extra weight in them. So that's all I've done at the moment, to put glass beads in there. You could put sand in there, you could put cat litter or the grit from a fish tank, whichever suits you, and I would weight them quite heavily. The reason I haven't weighted them quite so heavy, Dave, is when we go to shows and things, and Sue's puts them on a stand, people are happy to pick them up by the ears and by the head and that. So I didn't want a really, really heavy bunny, just in case somebody's swinging it round by the ear. Yeah. But at home, I would put a nice, really good weight in there, so there's no chance of them moving around. And they've got a nice flat bottom.
I can imagine them sat on the windowsill or something like that in the kitchen or in the lounge. They look really lovely.
Exactly. I'm glad people like them, because I sort of quite liked him and her while I was making them. So the shoe then, just to make it look interesting and make it look like a little shoe, I've just, with some cotton perlé thread, I've just done a lace pattern on there, and again just added a little strip of fabric, so it makes them look like they're quite complicated even when they're not. It's just a little strip of fabric that, again, I've put a stitch detail around. I've popped it on the edge there, and a few little stitches just to hold it in place, and then I've put some buttons on there to decorate.
It's the finishing touches that make it, I think.
Yeah, and that's what I like to think about a lot of the patterns that we provide, that the actual piece is quite easy to make, and then what makes it look complicated, or what it does is it makes it look like you haven't just gone out and bought it from a shop, you know, and also I like to give you space to personalise it yourself, so that it's not my bunny any longer, it's your bunny, you know.
I think girls' designs in particular are always incredibly striking and very unusual too. 17.49. I think Trevor is still very much in the lead. Tracy's catching up though, and if you want to go for both, that would be just under £35 for both of them. And we will announce the winner of Trevor and Tracy as well. Provided you've bought something in the show, you'll be in the draw to win both of those before the end of the hour at 9 o'clock, OK? Have a little look at the website though. We're going to have a little recap and remind you of what's available. But there's Trevor and Tracy, 17.49. That's the kit. Yeah, get everything in the kit except the stuffing, which we do have, of course, on the website. The child stuffing will be there. You will need one bag per character. So if you're going to go for both Trevor and Tracy, you will need a couple of bags of the stuffing. And, of course, we've got the templates and also the actual patterns for the bunting too, which has been a firm favourite. So much so that the stock that we had for immediate dispatch is completely gone. So it is on delayed delivery of the 10 days from today, so the 3rd of April, the pattern and also, of course, the webbing will be on its way to you. 3rd of April, so you should get it 4th, 5th of April at the latest. Might be before then, but that's the worst case scenario. £10.99 and half the extended delivery stock's gone as well.
Well, that's lovely, and thank you, because it's always lovely when you do a new design and, you know, doing the template as well. You know, you never know how they're always going to go down. But I love Gail's font on, as she said, on the bunting, and I think, you know, it's a really nice font, and using this no sewing fusible is really lovely, because you can get some really nice, sharp, defined detail in there.
Well, remember, you're going to get the letters, you're going to get the numbers as well, so for like birthday celebrations, that's included. Or if you want to put your phone number on bunting at your stall at a craft fair or something like that.
That's a lovely idea. Or put the name up of your business.
Website.
And your website details. That's a really lovely idea. Yeah, definitely.
So I think bunting comes into its own. You know, if you do craft fairs, what better than to have your business
it
web
looks
address?
Lovely. Yeah, it's a great idea.
£10.99 then gets you the letters of the alphabet, which are reusable, and also the pattern, and of course the webbing as well. 033139. If you want the template, that's going the same way actually. About half the stock of the extended delivery of that's gone as well. Designed to work in conjunction with that pattern. Andy is the designer and the manufacturer of it, and it will be on its way to you. £9.99, 555 610. That's on extended delivery, 3rd of April as well. And then we go to Trevor and Tracy. You can call them different names if you want to, obviously. But what you're getting is the felt to make all of the bunny, apart from, of course, the toy stuffing. That's the only thing that you don't get. Everything else is included. And there he is in his dapper blue jacket and shoes. 80% of Trevor is now gone. Obviously, we proved with the demonstration with Gail a few minutes ago, you don't have to make him in these colours. You can make him whatever colour you like. Make him with a football shirt on, make him into a policeman, whatever you want to do.
Absolutely, what a lovely idea. And the idea, again, the girl said with the magician, but of course going on the wedding theme, if you're wearing, top hat and tails, then he'd look very dapper in that, wouldn't he, with Tracy, actually. And you could do a little white dress for her, for the bride. I love that idea. I think there's a lot of mileage, as you say, personalising them to yourself. Don't feel you've got to just stick with what we've done.
Well, with Trevor, you're going to get all the felt to make him in these colours. With Tracy, you're going to get the felt and also the cotton to make her dress and everything, of course, as well. 900547, £17.49 for either or. If you want to go for both, that would just be just under £35.
Oh.
We then go on to, with Easter just around the corner, all the shops are full. They were from like about the 1st of January. They had Easter
I know. And hot
shop.
cross buns. I don't actually think even Christmas had been and gone when the supermarket I go into, I was like, really?
Yeah. Well, here you've got 6 sheets of the felt, which is enough to make maybe a couple of the Easter buckets that you've got here, where you can put the egg into. And you get the pattern to make all 3 things. You've got a little Easter bag, a little trug, and also the little bucket there as well. £11.49 for 6 sheets of the felt, plus, of course, the pattern. 161542. So to make all 3 of those things, you need, how many sheets of felt?
You probably need a couple of sheets for the big bag, and then obviously a little piece for the bunny, for that one. And then again, probably just I would say, a sort of nice 12-inch square for the trug. It will tell you in the pattern, sorry, apologies for that, but I would have thought a 12-inch square would have been fine for this one. And then I think the little bucket bag, again, probably a sheet to a sheet and a half.
I better do this now because I've got a terrible habit of forgetting.
Oh, yes.
The winner of Trevor and Tracy, someone that bought something in the show, Mrs. Christine Liu.
Yay!
Congratulations, Christine. The pattern and the felts will be on their way to you. You can make Trevor and Tracy into whatever characters you like, but they're on their way, so congratulations. More competitions and prize draws throughout the day. Quickly moving on to the pattern only, of course, for our fantastic retro caravan. This is a fantastic sewing caddy, I suppose you'd call it. Pin cushion, and also, of course, your sewing needle holder. This has been very popular this hour, actually.
Do you know, this is actually, when Gail said to me she was going to make one, I was so excited because I love her. I love her and Sue's designs, and we were talking about it. And when I actually saw it, it exceeded my expectations because it's just so lovely, isn't it?
Well, you don't get the fabric, but you do get the pattern, and you can make the caravan out of whatever fabrics you've got around. £9.99, 7914 499. Sorry, 2/3 of the stock of that went in the show as well. Always popular is our fantastic name on a train, and this can be any length of name that you wish. You get the alphabet letters in there for the pattern, and you get the tiny little buttons which you can, of course, put in the wheels of the train if you want to. If I just hold this up, there we go. Look. So you can make it as long or as short as you like. It's really cool. No fabric included, but the pattern, of course, to use the fabric that you have at your disposal. And quickly, if you want to go for the wreath, of course, as well, the metal wreath, that's available with the pattern too. That's on the website if you want to. Thank you, Gail.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Sue.
Thank you, Dave.
You back for another hour when?
11.
11 o'clock? OK, and I'll see you in about 3 hours' time. Pink Ink Designs, it's the one-day special with the ladies coming up next at 9 o'clock. Family favourites and Pearly Winks, they are here at 10. And more from Sue and Gail with Daisy Chain Designs at 11. I'll see you back here at 12 o'clock. Look forward to the rest of the Sunday with you.
Hi, I'm Jenny Mays from Hobby Art. Hobby Art's a family-run company, and we've been designing and manufacturing stamps for over 28 years now. We have an extensive range of clear and rubber stamps, and we're proud that they're all manufactured in Britain. Whatever your style, there's always something that will interest you with Hobby Art stamps. Crafting is my passion, and I love teaching. I love sharing my ideas with other people. This is why I enjoy being part of the Hochanda family, because I have the time to share my ideas, maybe open a door for somebody and give them the confidence to start stamping. So make sure you join me, Jenny Mays, on Hochanda.
Hello, I'm Hayley, and you might have seen me presenting here at Hochanda. Well, I've always been an avid crafter behind the scenes and have been given the opportunity to share some of my favourite products with you in a monthly show called Handmade by Hayley. I'll be covering lots of areas of soft crafts like quilting, dressmaking, sewing, knitting, even printing your own fabrics. I'll even be bringing some items from my own Handmade by Hayley range. So I hope you'll join me, let me inspire you, and maybe you will discover a new craft in the process.
Hello, I'm Paula, and I'd like to welcome you to the wonderful world of witchcraft. We're situated in this fabulous building called the Corn Exchange, right in the centre of Doncaster, and we've been here about 16 years. We're delighted to be working with Hochanda, bringing you lots of fabulous products and demonstrations, and hopefully lots of inspiration to help you craft along the way. So join us here soon on Hochanda.
Hello there and welcome back. Oh, we've got another amazing hour planned for you. If you didn't see the launch